What is going on, everybody? Back on it. One Piece 449. Had a little bit of a episode last week, or last episode. Animation took a hit. It was a mess. Bunch of just filler cut scenes. We get it. But Magellan is here. Just dotted up Ivankov and his little scissor boy. Very curious to see what we do with this, because again, I don't think it's going to be actually wild, because, you know, we keep talking about like how deadly his poison is, and like if you get hit with it, that's it. But I'm calling it right now, like Blackbeard and his crew are not dead, probably not even going to be phased, and Ivankov and his little buddy aren't going to be phased either. So it's like, wow, this guy that's so used to just like two-tapping people and it being like done, like they're literally going to walk right back up on him. I'm assuming that Blackbeard is going to be the one that has to come deal with him so that we can leave. But I feel like Magellan it's such a sure thing of like, when people get hit by my poison, like that's it. You know, he's still questioning like, how did Luffy, you know, get out of that? But on the flip side of that, he has to realize like what he is and what the world he lives in is. Like, you don't know what devil's fruits there are out there and what they're doing as far as like removing things, healing things, getting rid of things, and what they could do. So at the same flip side, I'm sure it's probably like, oh, when you get hit by him, like you're 99% just like roasted and toasted. But these devil's fruits are there. Hey, that's just what they are. Now, I am curious if, and again, I don't want to dive too deep into Magellan and his abilities, because I feel like once we leave this kind of like prison scene arc, whatever you want to call it, he's probably not going to be much of a character or much of a factor after that. But kind of like where he would stack up against other people, because I'm trying to think, if you didn't have a devil's fruit like Blackbeard that seems to be able to like remove or neutralize things, or like we've seen with Ivankov that can, you know, kind of like change your DNA and hormones to, you know, fight it or be something specific. If you don't have a devil's fruit, and another thing again is, I don't know the limits of hockey and what it's capable of. Can a level of hockey combat this? Or are you just done? Like, is it very like, you've got to be a specific devil's fruit that can remove things from your body or change the insides of DNA or hormones or something along those lines? Or like, even the strongest conqueror's hockey, if you were to get touched by that poison, like you're screwed. I don't know the limits of like what hockey does. I don't know if hockey is just is it more of like a drag? And I'm not asking for you guys to tell me, because I'm sure we're going to find out soon, probably within the next 100 episodes, of like what this hockey really is and like what you can do with it. I don't know if it's just more of a Dragon Ball type thing, where like ki just kind of like it just boosts you, like you are him. Or is it more of like a Nen thing, where like what you can do with hockey is limitless, kind of like what you want it to do, you can make it do. I don't know, which kind of seems broken, because you kind of already have like the devil's fruit slash quirks slash mutant abilities of like what devil's fruits allow people to become. It's like, I don't see hockey being something that could do that as well. Like, say I'm somebody that likes poisons, I like venom, I like things like that. Could I turn my hockey into being just a Magellan 2.0? Like, will that allow me to produce poison, to produce? I don't, because then it's like, well, why do you even need the devil's fruit if they're essentially like Nen, and you can just make hockey into whatever ability you want to? I don't think it's going to be like that. I think it's going to be more of like a Dragon Ball thing, to where hockey's not giving you limitless mutant level, Nen level abilities. I think it's going to be a little bit different, of kind of more like a chakra pool type thing. We'll see though. Again, I think I'm very curious if we fight him, because I wonder if he could handle a Gear 2, Gear 3 Luffy running around, plus a Crocodile, plus a Jinbei, plus whatever else. But again, it's like, okay, you say like, can he handle that? If he just tidal waves the whole room in poison, what can they do? I don't know. I think it's gonna have to be Blackbeard that deals with this, but we'll see. He said it after that corny. No, they got dusted, bro. It's over. Crap, John. Well, what's Luffy's natural reaction? It's usually to spam gear too. What are we doing? You can't get poisoned again. What are we doing? Oh god, you already got dusted by him. Why are we doing this? What are they doing? Oh. I think he's just gonna air the whole thing out. Like, literally, I think he's just gonna smoke bomb the room. The entire level. I'm having buffing issues, so that's why I keep bringing up the scroll wheel to make sure that we actually are loading and not going to be buffering the whole time. We gotta get out. You got to. He's gonna close off the room and just smoke it, in my opinion. Look at that, man. If he actually walked with some speed, I understand for anime purposes. Yeah. What's the plan? Is Shiru feeding them false information, or what's the plan? What's happening here? And the thing is, he's not a Logia type. So right there, like the bullets, right? Because I was going to say, it's not like he's Crocodile where he just is smoke incarnate and the bullets just go through him because he is smoke. I mean, he is... Oh my god. He is sand. In that instance right there with the bullets, he just has himself covered in poison, right? And the poison is absorbing it. Because they're not going through him. I think they're just... Who ate that for us? Because if Luffy gets hit by that, it's done. Oh, it worked for a little bit. He's so sad. But how long can he keep this up for? Were they going to leave him behind? Guys, literally run. Honestly, Crocodile wouldn't be a bad matchup, though. If he could just spam sand like he's Gaara. Just keep eating the poison. Maybe. What happens if I just go around it, though? Like, he can't cover the whole room. I had a conversation. Someone was telling me about this in the Patreon. Why did they let Crocodile keep that hook? For what reason? I don't know. The prison's a joke, honestly. The whole arc's been just a giggle game fest. I was about to say that the wax can't hold it forever. Like, if he just tidal waves... So he doesn't actually produce gas, then. It's not toxic gas. Like, it's always going to be the liquid form of it. Like, how do we... I guess that would be too busted. Because I was thinking, you know, if he's in an enclosed space, can he not just poison the room? Can he not just, like, poison gas the entire room? But it's more of a liquid base. He doesn't seem to, like, actually smoke it out. Oh, God. Why doesn't he just flood the entire room like he did with Blackbeard? Literally, tidal wave of venom. Cover him in it. Essentially the same way we kind of got through Crocodile, covering ourselves in liquid and shit. Why are they giving him this animation like he's really like going Super Saiyan or some shit? Just covering him a little bit of wax. Okay, Mega Man. What about the rest of his body, though? You can't tell me you're gonna cover the chest and everything. Like, cover him head to toe. What about his chest? And, like, arms? We're wasting time, we're wasting time, we're wasting time, we're wasting time. We're wasting time, we're wasting time. I wish he double tapped the head. Like, imagine. I mean, plot and storytelling wouldn't allow it. But this man right here, Magellan, if he was about that life, like serious, like a killer, he double tap kills Luffy, double tap kills Blackbeard and his entire crew, double tap kills Ivankov and his sidekick. Literally just, and doesn't break a sweat doing either one. Holy shit. But plot and story don't allow it, but holy shit, imagine. Here we go. Can he eat this? But he's still exposing like the rest of his arm. See, this is when him not being a Logia is going to be some real shit, because he, no bullshit, kind of has to eat these. He can cover himself in it to kind of like soften the blows, but why did they give that a mechanical sound? What are they actually going to do when Crocodile and Jinbei just walk up there? He said, we gotta buy time. Instantly get walked through. Well, we still don't know what Shiru's plan is after it all. I still think he wouldn't just let them fully escape, would he? Oh, he did eat that. But I'm assuming like he has to actually eat it. It's not going through him. He's the blows are still making contact. Unless he's doing it like that. God, he's great. Magellan, I talked about this last episode. He's definitely top 10 favorite character. I don't know if I would say top 5. I gotta really sit here and think about it. Like, of course Zoro's in top 5. Of course Enru's in top 5. There's a strong case to be made for Crocodile. Of course Magellan. I don't know who the else would be. I have the Okiji, of course. Yes, even if they somehow luck up and get into a ship, how are you getting away from the rest? When they just bomb you into the ground. I refuse to believe that Shiru's really just gonna like allow. Well, I don't think he's gonna do it for pride's sake of like, oh, I'm doing it for the Navy. I won't let these prisoners escape. I feel like he would just like to mass kill them. Who's gonna be the first person to open that door and get dotted? Let's see. What's the plan after this? Eh? Honestly, I'm shooting it. What are we waiting on here, guys? He's just Usopp with a little bit more confidence. Like, they give him like these cool moments and then he just pisses it away. If shown like any resistance at all. We can't push this door up? Just a... Oh my god, just a firing squad. I just want to see Goku or Okaji just standing right there. Ice time, and just freezes the entire shit. Oh my god, how crazy would that be? They're really building this up. Like, what's on the other side of that door? That was a long halfway point. Oh no, they stretched it to 16. All right, was indeed not halfway. That'd be, because we don't know what Goku's capable of, or like what his abilities are. Of course, we know what Okaji is. Could you imagine just ice slowly creeping in that door and just he freezes everybody up? Oh my god. They're really drawing this out. What are they about to walk into? They do have Crocodile with them, but Crocodile's not here to support them. He's here for himself. They just got guns lined up. There's nobody there. What are we looking at? What's happening? We don't know what their plan is. Remember, they got the call. I don't know who they got the call from. Oh. What if they just start shooting from the fog? How do we get off? Yeah, I was about to say. Any of you got a Devil's Fruit ability? Crocodile, you can just turn to... Could he just turn to sand and just kind of drift in the air until he finds land somewhere else, or no? Like, could Smoker do that? Could Ace or somebody, like, could they turn themselves to said element and just float until given an opportunity, or what? They're not even going to give them an opportunity to steal a ship. Good luck. Not a single one of you has an ability, huh? Shit, not him. Jinbei will just fucking take a swim. Yeah, how are you gonna get to the ship? Who's got an... I mean, Jinbei is not the only one. Mr. Fishman. Well, he thrives in the water, right? Couldn't ask for somebody better. And wouldn't that be just like the worst? I'm wondering if we will actually see that, right? A Fishman with a Devil's Fruit ability, because Fishmen are already naturally, you know, stronger, quicker, just better genetically. You know, just that's their advantage, right? And you know where they really excel is in the water. Would one of them give that up? Would you give up your strength in the water for a Devil's Fruit ability? They're really building him up. Like, would you, as a Fishman? I guess it depends on what the Devil's Fruit ability would be. As a Fishman, I'd really consider it though, because you're already physically just out the womb. You're stronger. You're just quicker. You're better. You're faster. You're just physically better, right? Let me figure out hockey as well, and give me a Devil's Fruit. Ooh, that'd be pretty busted. But what would really separate you though is if you were somehow... I mean, do you see what this motherfucker's doing? They do have 2 warlords on them. But could you imagine being as strong as like a fully potential Luffy and everything else, but not having the weakness of the Devil's Fruit being in the water? All I have to do is just get him in water and you're fucked. If we're fighting out at sea, I'm pulling a Frieza and just blowing up the planet, aka just blowing up the boat, and tell Luffy good luck, I'll see you in the water. That is true. All three of them die right there if he goes down. Yo, crocodile. Some cover sand would be nice. Because the other two can't do shit of assistance unless we're in close combat, so... Bro, he is zooming. See what I'm saying? They're making Buggy so cool. Any type of resistance, just instant fills his diaper. I really feel like I think I said it last episode. They made Mr. 3 and Buggy the Chopper, Nami / Usopp of this arc. They're just there for that comedic crying relief. Hi. Oh shit. I don't know what he does. Like is this just Fishman related? Is this like hockey mixed with fish? I don't know what that final flash shit he just did is. That's insane. Here we go. Better hope we land somewhere. Well, crocodile straight if you just get me remotely close to the ship. The other two, Godspeed. Sheesh. Man, I wish we had a water fruit. Imagine being able to control the water. Crocodile hits, if he gets on a ship, it's over. He's gonna clear out. I mean, the two of them, honestly. Oh god. Crocodile looks great. Totally forgot about this shit going on inside. Correct, you did beat him, if not for plot. Bro, if I'm Magellan, as soon as he hits me, by the way, I'm gonna grab that and just put poison on your arm. Then what are we doing? I don't know. What's actually wild is like, well, I guess it's base Luffy. It's not like he's gear 2 or anything crazy. I'm really curious how they do this because I think I brought up this comment a little while ago. I mean, Jinbei out here doing some wild water bending shit. I don't know what that final flash, this shit. Good God. But I think I made a comment of like, I think every person that's defeated Luffy not named Okaji, and I guess Kuma, which would we count? I wouldn't say him and Kuma have really like actually gone at it, you know. So I would say aside from Okaji, every person that's given Luffy the business, plot has allowed him to come back around and fight them again and then win. So I'm curious if they do that here, because I think I made a comment on it and some people were like, you really think Luffy's gonna get to run it against him again and beat him? I was like, well, that's all we have to go off of example wise, except for Okaji so far, the only person that hasn't like beating him soundly, and then he gets to, you know, come back around and, you know, get the one up. So I'm curious what they change here. Like, what does Luffy learn? I mean, this time he's covered. He's still like 70% exposed. So how much of that beating can that wax actually take before it starts to crack or give way? Again, I'm still under the assumption that Blackbeard and the others are going to be coming up from behind us, and I think that's how we get past Magellan here. I don't think Luffy solo does this, in my opinion. But I'd like to see him not do it, just so we can break kind of the formula here of like Luffy gets damn near killed, plot allows him to survive. Luffy gets his rematch, Luffy wins. Like, can we give me a little something different here? Aside from that, this was pretty great. Giving Crocodile a couple moments is also great. So we'll see. And again, I guess we haven't seen it now that I think about it. We've never seen Magellan turn his poison into like a smoke-based poison to where he like can just fill the air with it. I think the only time we've seen him kind of just like cover a whole area was just kind of like the tidal wave of like the sludge slash poison. It's not like he's like coughing or wheezing Pokemon just like filling an area with, I mean, that would be busted. He kind of already is busted, but I don't know why he wouldn't be able to do that. Kind of like if he trained or something, could he change the form of what his Devil's Fruit does? Because if he could turn it into smoke based and just slowly like leak it into a room while fighting at the same time, man, that'd be like, it'd be busted. So we'll leave it there and see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,